Hello, glad to have you here. This is from the CBN, bringing you weekly reports and expert analysis of the actions, policies, and economic initiatives of the Central Bank of Nigeria. I'm Williamisi Dada. The Central Bank of Nigeria says a 24/7 financial center that will complement London, New York, and Singapore financial hubs is in the pipeline. CBN Governor Mr. Godwin Emefiele at the recently concluded 14th Annual Banking and Finance Conference in Abuja said the Nigerian International Financial Center, NIFC, will act as an international gateway for capital and investment. We have more on the NIFC in today's episode, as well as details of the CBN Executive Seminar, which held in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, where deliberations centered on hunger and how to tackle it through the implementation of appropriate policies. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, has disclosed that the Apex Bank will establish the Nigerian International Financial Center, NIFC, in the next 12 months. Mr. Emefiele made the disclosure at the opening ceremony of the 14th Annual Banking and Finance Conference organized by the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria in Abuja on Tuesday. He also announced at the conference that the 15 trillion naira infrastructure company, Infraco, will be unveiled next month. We'll bring you details in this next report. The presence of President Muhammadu Buhari of Nigeria, President Paul Kagame of Rwanda, Nigeria's Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State, among other dignitaries, spoke to the importance of the event. Declaring the conference open, President Buhari expressed confidence that the 10,000-strong participants drawn from various sectors of the economy with global representations would, over the 3 days period, share insights that can help individual businesses and government at all levels make necessary adjustments and take right steps towards the collective resolve to position Nigeria as one of the top economies in the world.
The COVID-19 pandemic, as you all know, has changed everything around us. From the way we interact to the way we work, communicate, and indeed our general lifestyle. Much as the pandemic has caused unprecedented disruption, it has also triggered new opportunities which have helped to reshape the economy in the areas of digital transformation, trans-African trade, financial inclusion, security, workforce of the future, pharmaceutical, manufacturing, processing, supply, and logistics. I therefore implore you to leverage the abundant business opportunities to grow the economy.
The conference keynote speaker, President Kagame, said that the COVID-19 pandemic presented an opportunity for African banks to play a leading role in building a society that is more resilient and more responsive to the needs of the people.
Financial services are the engine of private sector development. Banks are crucial for allocating the capital wisely and productively. Indeed, Africa has the resources to fund its own economic growth and reduce dependency on external resources. To stay competitive, there is the need to keep integrating new technology into banking to increase financial inclusion and access. Banking can't just be a service for elites. The African Continental Free Trade Area is creating new opportunities for Pan-African trade and investment. Banks with the continental reach, like several of the institutions represented here, can lead the way in cementing economic integration.
In his address, the conference chief host, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, announced the plan of the CBN to establish the Nigerian International Financial Center, NIFC, in the next 12 months to act as an international gateway for capital and investment in the country.
This new financial hub will curate local and international banks to make them global champions. The NIFC will be a 24/7 financial center that will complement London, New York, and Singapore financial centers and enable an acceleration of our homegrown initiatives such as the Infracorp PLC, which Your Excellency gracefully approved earlier in the year, the 15 trillion naira infrastructure fund, which we hope will be launched in October 2021. The NIFC will also complement our initiatives on the Nigerian Commodity Exchange and the National Arts Theatre creative hubs for our youths, as well as our e-Naira project, which is also expected to debut in October 2021. The NIFC will take advantage of our existing laws, such as the BOFIA 2020, the NEBSA Act, and other central bank regulations to create a fully global investment and financial hub where monies, ideas, and technology will move freely without any hindrance.
Mr. Emefiele also gave a CBN projection of 2.5% to 3% GDP growth rate for the economy by year end.
With continued improvements in the economy, I am optimistic that by the end of the year, our economy will not only close the output gap brought about by the 2020 recession, but that we would end the year with an annual GDP growth rate of between 2.5% to 3%, up from a negative 1.92% in 2020. I would admit that growth remains fragile. We are not out of the woods yet, given the challenges in combating COVID-19 pandemic, and would therefore urge all stakeholders to remain vigilant to prevent a resurgence of the virus. The implementation of our various interventions need to be intensified so as to sustain the recovery and stimulate further growth of our economy.
The Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, among other themes, urged the banking and finance sector to take advantage of the new opportunities that are opening up and also adapt to domestic and international developments going forward.
I think that banking has been one of the most stable industries through the centuries. Not much seems to change from one phase to the other. But the next decade, and it may be sooner, promises to bring about the most fundamental changes that we have seen yet. I think that this is evidence from the rise of fintech companies, the role of digital currency, whether issued by reserve banks or crypto, blockchain technology, the increasing role of venture capitalists, especially in providing equity for startups, the preference of these companies for equity rather than debt may be worth thinking about. Because clearly, there is today, venture capitalists everywhere seem to be taking a larger proportion of the initiatives, especially around the startups. And obviously, these are, relatively risky, but at the same time, the rewards are huge.
The 14th Annual Banking and Finance Conference aimed to deliver the much-needed solutions that will drive economic recovery, inclusion, and transformation for greater value.
Oh, I see. Just hold on. In that case, let me call out my PIN. It is 41...
Uncle, please stop.
Stop what?
You're giving someone else your personal identification number PIN?
Not someone else. It's from my bank.
Please hang up, Uncle. That's a fraudster.
That's not true. But they call out my full name. I am sure this is from my bank.
Uncle, No bank is ever going to call you to ask for your personal identification number, PIN, your mobile banking password, or your card verification code, CVC.
But it sounded so genuine.
Yes, hackers and fraudsters always sound genuine. But please, uncle, don't fall for their bait. Don't respond to any phony emails, text message, SMS, and don't click on any link you're not sure of.
Even if they call your date of birth or your BVN, don't give them your security details.
If you suspect any issue with your account, please go to your bank.
Oh, I see.
This message is from the Central Bank of Nigeria.
Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, this is from the CBN, where we bring you up to speed on the actions, policies, and initiatives of the Central Bank of Nigeria. The 27th edition of the CBN Executive Seminar, held from Wednesday the 8th to Saturday the 11th of September in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital, with the theme Food Security Options for Policy. The focus of the seminar was to deploy appropriate policies in tackling the challenges of hunger, with the resulting outcomes of poverty reduction, job creation, wealth creation, as well as overall growth and development of the country's economy. Here is more in this next report. Food holds the key to quality human existence. Food security is at the core of every nation's development agenda. Those were the words of the CBN branch controller Uyo, Ms. Itohan Ogbomo Paul, as she welcomed all to the opening ceremony of the 4-day event.
The quantity, quality of food available to the citizenry is strongly correlated to the productivity and growth of an economy. It is my ardent hope that this seminar would provide a platform to make intellectual inputs by sharing your thoughts and knowledge for effective policy engagements. The engaging sessions would also accord all the opportunity for groundbreaking ideas, which would help in providing lasting solutions to food security.
CBN Deputy Governor, Economic Policy, Dr. Kingsley Obiora, remarked that hunger had become a real and pressing challenge in Nigeria.
We economists sometimes choose words that don't give urgency to certain things. But I do think that once we say food insecurity, people don't understand that we actually mean hunger. And if you had said hunger in Nigeria, everybody would pay attention because it's a big challenge. And I do think that throughout this couple of days, when we talk about food insecurity, just replace it with hunger. And if you had ever been hungry, you would understand that it's not a very good place to be in. Why is the Central Bank of Nigeria interested in this topic? Obviously, we have been accused of doing everything for everyone, but I think, of course, we do have reasons for everything we do, but this one is even more striking for us because apart from the fact that food itself is an important aspect of staying alive, the ability of the country to provide food, accommodation, shelter for its people is a very important indicator for your good standing in the global community. So food is critical for us, but in the Central Bank of Nigeria, it is even more critical because we have two goals right from Section 2 of the CBN Act of 2007 that really charges us to pay attention to what is going on with food. We know that the central bank is charged with ensuring price stability, but the price stability that everybody talks about doesn't come from thin air. It is actually a component of what we call core inflation and food inflation. And we know that even though the headline inflation itself has been coming down for the last 3 months, food inflation itself is still over 20%. And that's a difficult thing to deal with. And so we need to pay attention to it. The second reason why the central bank is interested in this is because if you look at the foreign reserves that we have been charged to administer for the country, a huge portion of it goes directly to payment for imports of food. No country can live without imports, and so we're not against imports itself, but the composition and structure of that import matters a lot.
Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, represented by Mr. Obiora at the event, warned of an imminent food crisis if no urgent and resilient actions are implemented.
As a matter of fact, food security is critical for national security, economic stability, and sustainable development. I note with concern the severe disruptions to the agricultural value chain caused by the security challenges around the country and the COVID-19 health crisis, as households continue to grapple with the production, processing, and distribution of food with undesirable effects on livelihoods. To amplify this concern, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization has reported that at least 9.2 million people in Nigeria faced a food crisis between March and May 2021. Due to insecurity and the health crisis we have all faced, the figure could increase further if no urgent and resilient actions are implemented. Ladies and gentlemen, a glimpse into the future would reveal an imminent food crisis. The United Nations has projected Nigeria's population to be around 398 million people by 2050, far exceeding the population of the United States of America. This number challenges our common will to implement strategies targeted at achieving food security and safety, as failure to do so could subject the population to the risks of hunger and disease. To address the food safety and security situation in Nigeria, the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan considers agriculture as a priority sector in line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. The ERGP gives agriculture the second highest priority and declares its transformation and food security to be the most important deliverable of the plan. To give direction to this declaration, the government implemented the Agricultural Policy Promotion Policy, or the Green Alternative, to define the agricultural policy of the administration. Together with the Fertilizer Initiative of the federal government, the focus of the policy was to achieve self-sufficiency in food production, enhance Nigeria's access to international markets, encourage substitution where possible, support job creation, and fast-track economic diversification. For us as the Central Bank of Nigeria, food security is much more than just ensuring the production of adequate food supplies or maximizing stability in the flow of supplies. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, food and non-alcoholic beverages has a weight of 51.8% in Nigeria's inflation basket. This makes food prices the single most important item in the computation of headline inflation. It is therefore not surprising that the CBN is highly committed to food security in Nigeria, since the stability in food prices translates almost directly to stability in general price level. Ladies and gentlemen, I am glad to inform you that the bank has engaged in several developmental initiatives aimed at increasing food production, creating job opportunities, and diversifying the economy. The CBN has over the years disbursed about 802.9 billion to 3,038,000 beneficiaries of farmers cultivating more than 4.7 million hectares of land across the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT under the Anchored Growers Program. Under the Commercial Credit Scheme, the bank has also disbursed more than 708 billion to finance about 652 projects since inception. In addition, the bank, in collaboration with the Bankers Committee, established the Agribusiness Small and Medium Enterprises Investment Scheme to support the federal government's efforts at promoting agricultural business and small-scale enterprises. The bank has also released 987 billion under its 1 trillion naira real sector facility to 262 real sector projects on agriculture, manufacturing, mining, and services. Under the targeted credit facility, more than 343 billion has been disbursed to 726,198 beneficiaries. Ladies and gentlemen, we believe that the multiplier effects of these and other programs will translate into increased wealth creation, improved food supply, employment generation, and ultimately greater food security for the country.
For his part, Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Mr. Emmanuel Udom, who was represented by his deputy, Mr. Moses Ekpo, said one of the defining elements of the social contract, besides physical security and shelter, is food security.
In the past 6 years, a recurring decimal of most of my speeches has been the need for responsible governments not to shirk or negate this all-important social responsibility. Conscious of this reality, one of the first set of tasks I had performed upon being sworn in on May 29, 2015, was to set up a technical committee on agriculture and food sufficiency with the terms of reference that included, but not limited, to the need to look beyond conventional approaches to agricultural outputs, the need to embrace technology and ensure that hunger is reduced to a negligible level amongst our population.
Participants were tasked to painstakingly discuss issues around the theme of the seminar and articulate innovative and workable solutions that would lead to improved productivity and increased food supply for the nation.
Nigeria is a rich nation of green land, rich resources, countless crops and commodities sufficient to feed and provide a means of livelihood for her teeming population. Chin up, Nigeria, the giant of Africa. Exciting times are here. We can be self-reliant and grow our economy if we work together to explore our potential. It takes a whole nation. Let us get involved. Buy Nigerian to grow Nigeria.
And we have come to the end of updates from the Central Bank of Nigeria this week. If you have any banking-related issues or complaints that your bank could not resolve after you might have explored all possible means and within the stipulated time frame, you can report the matter with relevant documents to the CBN Consumer Protection Department through the email address cpd@cbn.gov.ng. You can also call the CBN Contact Center using the phone line +234 700 2255 226. Local call rates may apply. Keep sending your comments and contributions to the email address from the cbn@gmail.com and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram for updates and uploaded episodes of the program. Join us again next time. I am Mulia Misi Dada. Stay safe and bye for now.